Test, test, test. Test. All right, sounds. All right. Hello everybody, and welcome to another evening where we're gonna play some Warframe. Probably start with the Nightwave stuff. Should have ticked over just a second ago. And we'll see where we go with that. Just kind of relaxing. But this week, I'll be doing my brainwave thing with which you can see a past stream where I did it for the last Warframe update, but I'm going to be doing it for the Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons expansion. I won't be trying to do it in one sitting. Once again, you can try to go back to that 5-hour story of Warframe, where literally after maybe 3 or 4 hours, it's just started to hurt my head, and it just became more annoying than that. So we'll be doing it throughout the week in like kind of 2-hour chunks. That should be fun. Yeah, let's see what Nightwave has for us.
Nora's got the goods for one lucky dreamer. Who's it gonna be?
So gas. Kill 20 enemies using a necromech while hovering. Okay. That should be easy. Fully socket 3 IHN sculptures. I got some stocked up. Rare gems or ore in the plains of Eidolon. Rare mods. Syndicates. Good thing I didn't do them. Complete isolation vault mission in the Cambion Drift on Deimos. Well, that kind of works together. Completed defense mission reaching at least wave 20. Ooh, I'm not a fan of Kuva survival. Give it a go, maybe. Who knows? But that's probably one of the ones I'll probably give a miss. Also curious, if there's anybody out there, which whiskey should I try? I've never tried either of these before. One's old Overholt. But the reason I got this was, even though it's made in Kentucky, it's a special, it's saying a 2020 PA release, but it's a rye whiskey that's made like, well, they called it Monongahela rye around here. Ooh, Warframe, emotional damage. Yeah, we all can't just enjoy Lost Ark for its meh. I'm sorry, I could not get back into Lost Ark. For all the things that, like, you know, Diablo and Blizzard have kind of done, outside and inside, the level of polish between skills, like sometimes it just seemed like skills would not not lock up, but just never felt fluid enough. Like I was hoping for some better polish, and on top of that, the datedness of servers and the naming stuff, and it's just, I don't know. Been spoiled by other games and other, things, but nah, I just figured it was something simple. This week I'm gonna be also doing the End of Dragon story, like I was saying earlier. So that should be fun. Hey, I mean, 600 hours for a, you know, free-to-play game, but I do know you got the one of the beginning packs, but still 600 hours for, you know, I don't know. That's pretty good amount of, you know, bang for your buck, unless, you know, I don't know how much you paid, but okay, you bought the 15 pack. I don't know if you bought anything on top of that. Like I said, you don't have to, but you know, it's, and I can't talk much. I mean, this is a free to play game and definitely spent more than 15 bucks. And well, I mean, I've been playing it longer too, but yeah, so, but yeah, I was very hopeful of it, but I think I got to the point where they just were showing me around your like player island thing, your home instance thing, basically. And I just never kind of logged back in. But yeah, the options are this one, which, I mean, granted, it's 114 proof. That's gonna knock the crap out of me. But one that is made in PA, which I did pick up, is I'm curious, it's a Liberty Pole Spirits, a peated bourbon whiskey. So I'm curious to taste how that, because a lot of peated, well, it's peated barley, so I was like, could be an interesting like campfire kind of taste to it. So I don't know. Let me know which one you think I should pick. Looking forward to the new, oh, I didn't, what's the new BDO class? So like I said, I can do this one fairly quickly because normally you can find the item sculptures in instances. I just never use them unless this one comes up. So which one should we do? Let's do this one. I never want to auto install them. There's something like satisfying. Female Dragon Knight. I forget the exact name. Interesting. Oh yeah, I gotta do 3 of them. Duh. We'll do this one. Apologies. But she uses fire and lightning magic and a big either great sword or broadsword. Okay. I was gonna ask if it was some kind of like, because I don't know, when I think of a Dragon Knight, I also think of like, what is it, Final Fantasy's Dragon, is it a Dragon Knight? But I think of like the pole arm type thing, so I was wondering if it was that or something else. And we'll just do this one too.
On it like paint.
Dragoon, that's, yeah. So,
shall we?
Let's do our syndicates. Mobile defense, sabotage. These are pretty good to just do, yeah. Well, let's go down the line. They already have 2 polearm classes, really? I have not played in a while. I can't think of the... okay. They use a polearm? Like I said, I'll take your word for it. I have not played that in quite some time.
You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations while I break into the network. Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you.
Will you help us, Tenno? And our cause?
Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position. I need access to a terminal. Find one and patch me in. I'm in, Tenno.
I've seen
This will take a moment.
kind of Noob Fridge's plight of like, I guess he didn't really get into Guild Wars 2, which is fair enough. You know, he seems like a ship without a captain, a man without a game. Or did he find one that he could get into a game?
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
'Cause I don't know, I've been kind of in my spare time just playing Destiny 2. I did want to stream Sky Climbers because I got the Kickstarter for that, and I'm in the alpha, which it's ND, you know, there's no NDA on it, so. But right now, I mean, it is a indie company, just like with a couple of guys. There isn't much to show off. It's like, you know, very much like not a lot of polish to it or anything like that. It's an alpha.
Keep moving.
But I am excited for that because it's supposed to be like a
You are surrounded
survival type game. Like, think Minecraft meets like, I guess, Sim City or like City Skylines was the more recent one. Meets, and also has like Pokemon element to it. So now he's kind of just floating around right now. Oh, that sucks. Their awakening weapon is the polearm, kind of like the Wanda. Okay. Ooh, jumped too far.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend.
That's probably why I didn't strike a.
I'm in, Tenno.
You know,
This will
I
take a
remembered
moment.
because I don't know if I've ever really gotten to any of the awakenings. I got close with, I haven't hit any max levels, like, I don't know, that just, I lost kind of interest in that as well, way back. The closest I got was was it Berserker?
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
In a really strong state right now? Oh, that's good. It's kind of the other thing I'm kind of getting tired of, which, I mean, it's like, as soon as I was like slightly
We are
intrigued to
finished
come
here.
back to
Move on.
Guild Wars 2, it's like, then I remembered it's like all this changed. Like, honestly, people like the idea of, you know, oh, they're gonna do, you know, a lot of really rebalance and stuff, which I know it's a necessity of an online game, but I'm like, if I'm coming back to a game and I'm like all of a sudden your build's been reset because things were changed so much, or you know, it's just utter crap, I will usually just walk, you know, stop playing. Like I'll be like, nah, I don't want to deal with it.
Get me in. And
So I don't know.
I'm in, Tenno.
Is this where we find the God of Secrets has been hiding? Hey, Celeste, how are you? Well, funny you mentioned that. I will probably be doing the End of Dragon stuff all next week, like kind of around the same time, but probably for like only like 2 hours. Oh, thank you for the follow. And I have been kind of avoiding everything, like. But yeah, I've been mostly playing Warframe. But yeah, I am going to be doing it with my Brainwave device, which should be fun. It's just, I'm going to definitely limit it to around 2-ish hours. Because if you watched when I did the story version of this one, it was like a 5-hour or so stream. Yeah, after about 3 hours, because it basically goes on your head and the sensors kind of press up against it. That being there for 3 hours not moving really started to hurt. Like I definitely had a headache the next day just from kind of the pressure over time.
But we did it. Mission complete.
It's not like, I mean, there's definitely worse things, but yeah, it's definitely one of those things where probably a 2 hour, like I've done the 2 hour stream before with it, which that's usually not that bad. But yeah, it should be fun. I've kind of seen everybody talking about the story and stuff, like not seen, like vaguely talking about it, like, oh, this thing's cool, and I'm like, no. But like you could kind of like read that they're talking about it with excitement, so I am intrigued to see how everything plays out. I know you were, because you were in our Discord, you were in Disney or something. Like, have you had a chance to play through the new story, or for Guild Wars 2 at least? Yeah, I can actually have it sitting here charging. This is the reach. This is the thing that kind of goes on my head. I have it charging, ready and waiting. Think about resubbing to XIV for the new incoming patches. Yeah, like I've heard nothing but good things about XIV. It's just I don't know if I could get into like a tab targeting, like basically like an MMO style or a WoW style, you know, game. But EOD not yet. I'm working through. Oh, Living World. Oh yeah, I do remember you saying that in the thing of you were, what, you know, the thing you just got through or something. I forget which one it was, but whenever Malthanos or someone else's
Everything in orders, operator?
Taylor logs in, I was going to be finishing Sun's Refuge.
I will attempt to bypass this fault.
What do you need from the Taylor? I'm doing my XIV weekly raid clears tonight. Healer POV. If you're bored. Oh, there you go. Are you streaming it as well, or and what time? Since you're saying healer POV, so I'm assuming you're streaming it, so. Cool. Like, are you doing that in like hour or so, 2 hours. Like I don't know what you're. But yeah, if you're still going after I'm done, I'll definitely. 9:30. Oh, okay then. Oof! Wow. I might already be in bed by then. But if I'm not, I will definitely throw it over. But I'm an old man. Speaking of old man, definitely do want to try this, mainly because it's probably gonna knock the crap out of me because it's 114 proof. And I want to see. I've had local, you know, as I was saying earlier, for people that came in, apparently this is made in Kentucky, but it's a PA. It's a 2020 PA release. That's a nod to their heritage of coming from like Monongahela rye whiskey. So I'll be curious.
Will you help us, Tenno, and our cause?
Gossamer bolts and cured hardened leather squares for the last 2 memorials. The awakened armor smith in Sun's Refuge. Oh. We'll get through this sabotage and then we'll pour that and see what it's like. I'll have to see if I can actually make that. I should be able to theoretically, but if there is that little bit of overlay, it sounds like, because like I said, I'm you know, Eastern Daylight Time. I'm probably only going to be going till 10-ish or so, but I gotta figure out who my tailor is, but I might have I think that's just the standard ascended recipe, right? But that didn't require like the whole rigmarole of. Okay, yeah, I might be able to help you with that. Figures up the wrong side. That's if you don't find anybody before.
Coolant cell extracted.
Beforehand or Dino Podcast is on tonight or whoever else you have lined up. No pours allowed. Huh. My ideal MMO doesn't exist yet, so I just float around to whatever catching my attention. I did the loyalty thing for 12 years for WoW. That's long enough for me. Whoop. Yeah, honestly, and to be fair, at this point, that's how most companies are designing their MMOs. It's like, they're not made for the people that are solely playing one, which, you know, is sad. At least in my opinion, from what I've noticed. Or like most games, like even this one, it's like, you can hop from, and if you don't mind Because it's like, I would say, you know, Destiny 2, which is another one I've been, you know, playing, is like that apart from their season pass stuff, which, yeah, you can grind it out or what have you, but, which, it's just such a crappy tactic.
A blast door has blocked your
XIV doesn't want you to play it every day. They want you to go take breaks when you run out of content. Come back when you want to. Yeah, and like I said, I think that's how, and I'm glad you said that, because like I said, I don't have a familiarity with XIV. It's just never, I guess, like I was saying, I couldn't really see myself wanting to play another action bar or action like style of like WoW. I guess tab targeting. I don't know what you exactly call it, but yeah, I feel like all of them like that. Like I was playing ESO. I kind of ran out of that for kind of storytelling, and kind of fell off for me personally. So I think Guild Wars 2 is very much like that. Lost Ark is designed to be a side game too. A lot of stuff is weekly gated, so you can pretty much either play for 30 minutes, 2 hours a day, or play 5 to 8 hours once a week. Yeah, that, like I said, yeah. So, which, yeah, that's basic. You know, that's an MMO. It's ARPG MMO, which. But even this, like, I wouldn't count this as an MMO because while there's the hub worlds, you are kind of limited. It's basically the same equivalent of Guild Wars 1. It was more of a, what they call it, a co-RPG? I think we'll try this one. This could go bad pretty quickly. And I think this was only like 20 or 30 bucks, which, especially for 114 proof, but that also usually goes to show you because it's a screw-on cap. So, I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know how high of a hopes I have. This is a rye whiskey, so it's going to be spicier.
Of defiance, acts of generosity, acts of sacrifice. This is how we turn this system around.
I'll read the back of it.
I'll take you there, dreamer.
Might be better as a mixer. I mean, we'll find out. I mean, I don't mind rye as this more spicier. I actually prefer, well, I haven't met a lot of ryes. I did like the ones that were locally made with the one company I did work with in the past. But I did try other ryes because I was like, oh, they were my first rye, and then I was like, oh, let me try. You know, I like the flavor. And it just didn't. It didn't hit me the same way because a lot of companies, even though they distill them themselves or barrel them themselves, they usually use a mass-produced mash bill, which is the grains, like rye. It says on here percentage of rye, but yeah, a storied 4-year rye. This whiskey pays tribute to our ryes produced during the Prohibition era. Non-chill filtered helps retain a naturally full and robust flavor profile, and cut to 114 proof. It is historically rooted in a traditional maturation barrel strength of the time. So this 2020 PA release, in 1810, Abraham Overholt began distilling rye in Western PA. To honor our 210th anniversary, we're celebrating the birthplace of rye with this special release. So, curious to try it. But the one thing I liked about the company I was working with at the time, they locally sourced all their grain, like corn and, you know, rye grain and all that stuff. So it definitely did have a different taste to it than just, you know, a lot of ones you can pick off the shelf, where really that's only coming down to where they're stored, because climate will take effect on it. You know what? It's not as harsh as I was going to imagine for a... I did get a little bit closer on that one, but color's probably not going to... Yeah, color never comes across. There we go. Definitely... But maybe because this is trying to be styled like the Monongahela rye. I think that's kind of what the company I worked with had theirs kind of do. Yeah, it definitely has that like spicier note that you would get with a rye. I'm surprised it does not. That does not drink for 114 proof. I would say this is a bourbon, but this bottle and Bond one, which is 100 proof, that one has like a like a more heat of a note, I would say. Hey, I'm actually impressed with that one. If it is a special release, I might have to go grab more before they disappear. But yeah, it's not, I would say it's not as good as the other ryes I've had in the past, but but yeah, it's like the one reason I fell in love with the other rye, like the first rye I had, was I think it helped because it was like locally sourced grain and stuff like that. But it reminded me more so like the heat you would get off of the high proof that they had, coupled with like the rye. It almost tasted like have you ever had rye bread like toasted and then you bite the rye seed and you get that flavor out of it? It's like that's what it reminded me of, and I was like, I just want more of this, and just never got exactly to that heightened level. I hate when I'm sick and tired because I want to do stuff but don't feel like doing anything. Yeah, and honestly that's one reason, kind of going back to Celeste saying, you know, is this where I've been, you know, hiding? It's like it between work and stuff, it's like it is one of those tough things of like I'll get home and I'm just like, I just want to relax, or you know. And on top of it, like, you know, I'm taking care of like my dog and, you know, some of my family's dogs with like meds and stuff like that. And so it's like a lot of that stuff day in and day out. So I totally get you where it's like once I kind of get my own, like hopefully get my own place within a year or so, I want to kind of, you know, dedicate, like have a room where I can stream and do maybe bigger content that I wanted to do. It's just kind of self-contained here. We'll save the spy missions because we'll switch frames. Kind of sucks that we can, basically we're going to be doing all but one because we need to get 10, but But yeah, that I think that's for me the toughest thing that's been about streaming is literally starting everything up.
Your calculated survival probability is encouraging. Good luck.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
And I've been, you know, with the job I'm currently at, you know, I'm working at a university in like the background of things, and we've been basically going through the fall registration stuff. So that's
We
been
are readying reinforcements.
hectic.
Keep fighting, Tenno.
Still fighting the Rona, so it's hard to even pick up. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I didn't know you got it. Well, hopefully you're staying safe, and I know you're living with your folks. Hopefully everybody's, you know, staying. It still sounds weird saying it, but you know, staying away from each other in a good way. Yeah, we actually got a couple scares like that, and knock on wood. Seriously, because I really wouldn't want to get it, because you know, I also have asthma, which a cold can put me into the hospital type thing. So, you know, knock on wood, I've been trying to be, you know, safe, but you know, we did have some people in our like immediate vicinity office that tested positive, and so we all got it, but fortunately they seem to have got a lighter version. Well, that's good. I mean, you know, still, you know, sucks that it sounds like you didn't, but you know, hopefully. How long have you had it for? Like, have you seen maybe it getting on the upswing, at least? Hey, too bad you can't hang in this for as long as you want. One of the other weeklies is doing 20 waves. Unfortunately, with syndicates, you can only do 10.
Come on.
It's been going up past 2 to 3 days till the day slid back a little bit. Down there almost, well. I'm sorry it's, you know, kind of slid back there a bit, but hopefully that's its, like, you know, final trying to get you moment. Hopefully this is like the last push for your body to flush it out. Been sick about 12 days or so now. Well, I was gonna say, the person in our office, they were basically out for, I think it was like 2 weeks. So hopefully you're, you know, on the tail end of that. Hey, Hashiel? Can you teach me how to say your name? How are you tonight? Hashiel? I like Hashiel. Hopefully that's it. Or Hashiel. Hopefully you're doing well. Sometime was okay, but hash. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for popping in and joining us. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. Just kind of talking about a little bit of everything in the world, in the game, in this game and other games. Doing pretty okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, you know, I'll take pretty okay, especially in this day and age. And, you know, pretty okay. Can never trust the people who say everything's perfect, because that's one thing I learned in psych. You never worry about the person that, like, when you ask about their like family history or something, where they say, you know, it wasn't perfect, but they had a good time, good upbringing, what have you. Ooh, I better pay attention. You worry about the people that go, oh, everything was perfect, no problems whatsoever, because there's some denial going on there. So hey, room for improvement. I just realized tomorrow is new Prime. Oh, really? I didn't even realize that either. And we will be able to get MR2 and 666 items. Oh yeah, and so because they temporarily skipped Cora, so it's not Gar. What's her name? I want to say Gar, but no, it's it begins with a G. Gruda, that's it. Yeah, Gruda, thank you. The Blood Queen. I'll be definitely curious to see all the stuff going down with like the look of it. And did they show that off? 'Cause I've had so much trouble catching the like prime times and. Oh, okay. There's the whole prime. Ooh, I'll have to definitely take a look. Yeah, I'm kind of curious for the what is it? The next story update too. I'm glad it seems like at least right now it's pretty hitting consistently. I mean, we got the New War in mid-December-ish, and then this is, we're getting this supposedly sometime in April. Yeah, I'm curious to see where the story goes with everything that happened with that. And we're gonna basically get our own little like penthouse type thing, it looks like, with some of the upgrades. This is like turning into like the single player version of GTA with a multiplayer aspect. Like the carbon footprint of our character, because we have the railjack, we have so many transportation vehicles, other ships, landing crafts. Now we're gonna have another house. Yeah. Well, and that's the one thing I was always curious with, because listening to the some of these stories that we were getting with called the not Necrolisk, the Deimos area was the hand in the wall type thing. Deimos, like I was trying to think of the actual hub. Something Necropolis, or I think I'm thinking of actual words. I can look it up real quick because got out of the mission. Necrolisk. Okay. I was like I felt like Necrolisk was like a name of some kind of like other thing in like a different fictional thing, so I was like, that can't be it. That's just my brain trying to fill in the gaps. Yeah, Yeah, basically the stuff that as you progressed in the reputations. So it was definitely interesting hearing those, and it kind of seems like that's a little bit of what played out with, you know, the new war. And we'll do the other defense.
I've been thinking.
Yeah, he was one of the first that knew about the man on the wall, and one that, yeah, that was another cool thing that you could kind of, yeah, the thing that basically pound on the railjack, but also when the statue, not a stat, you know, the man, the wall, the literal man in the wall.
Time put those against us to pay.
At the end, how you kind of could see
position has been
that was the
compromised.
one.
Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
I wonder if he's gonna come back for his finger there. Yeah, exactly. It's like the man is literally alive. Though I also wonder if that's just, I mean, kind of like how we see, you know, because he was also sitting on top of the thing, like if he just chose to manifest himself that way. Or he takes multiple different forms, because, I mean, it would be weird if he chose to manifest himself that way, that he would still sing a finger? Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely curious. Ikeda is his manifestation. Okay. It is one of those things of like trying to explain the story to people. Definitely is one of those things, like if you've never played Warframe or you're trying to get, first off, it's like you're trying to dance around the subject. It's like, because you don't want to give too much, because, you know, everybody always wants to have someone enjoy it the way they did. But it's like hearing, like talking it out with people and then like listening back to it, it's like, this must sound like crazy ramblings. I mean, if he shows instantly as the damn wall, that would be a bit different story. Plus, one thing, I'm more curious now. What the heck sits in Cetus's tap? Yeah, I was just thinking that the other day because I was doing some of the Nightwave stuff, and I think it was involving, you know, Plains of Eidolon. I go back in there, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Everything is still ruined. You can kind of, you can't get up to the tower, but you can get a lot closer. But yeah, it's like, huh. Yeah, I'll have to go back and like replay because it, like, definitely still fuzzy on some of the things. I'm glad they added a replay feature. Six more hours pulled out of my life. Why not? Yeah. Like I said, that because I sometimes do like use a brainwave device just to. I figure it's a cooler way to do like a reaction thing, and I try to do that in one sitting. And like I was telling everybody earlier, that started to hurt. Because, yeah, I think it took me around 5.5, 6 hours. Like, after 3 hours, it was just started to be very painful. But I was like, I gotta get through this. Yeah, I wonder if they'll do that during the main story, or like potentially that could be definitely expanded upon in like the Nightwave maybe. But we're going to be kind of locked into Nightwave for quite some time because we just got the intermission. Because, yeah, that seems like that's more centered around the culture of things. Now, granted, I would love to see it as like a story mission where you could like replay it or something, but it, you know, it just seems like it could be a slower pace type thing, piecemealed out more so in the Nightwaves. But well, I mean, the Unum, I guess that's the question, is I mean, was the Unum really helping us against the man in the wall, or more so it was I almost said Nabbers, but that's the Halloween thing. Basically against the war, you know, the new war guys. Oh yeah. Well, did they actually say the Deviri paradox was scrapped? I know it was like delayed and I think got shifted around and stuff, but it definitely feels like we're still heading in somewhat that direction, or at least they're using. I think kind of like you're saying, they're using that content or assets because even during the new war, you could. When we got onto the Zeramin, you know, we saw the mask and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. It's been so long since I deliberately talk about. I know originally it was like put on the back burner just due to the pandemic stuff.
Let's go.
Yeah, well, I think, like I said, I think they had to pivot because of all the pandemic stuff. But yeah, who knows when or if we're getting the Deviri paradox, or if it's going to be called that or something else, because it definitely feels like we're heading that direction. Like, you know, if you look at how that trailer was with the involvement of the Railjack and, like you were saying, the finger and everything like that, I feel like that is still looming around somewhere. Yeah, I'm curious. How, did you remain as her as the Lotus, or Super Lotus? Like, Nata, I guess, or Margala. Hey, Angelica, how are you tonight? Oh, you want Nata? I want Margalith. Which is funny if you, in case you don't know, if you switch the game mode to spoiler mode to hide the things, it leaves it blank if you leave it that way. But if you use the Lotus skin, it will kind of revert everything, back for that purpose. But how are you doing, and how was your weekend? Oh, I'm doing well. Just doing Nightwave stuff that just kind of ticked over. I think we talked about in the past. I think I'm kind of like the weeklies, daily weekly type things. It was just something to do, kind of chill. Like I said, my plan this coming up week will be to do the brainwave thing for the Guild Wars 2 story, 2-hour chunks. That way it doesn't destroy my brain. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out. I was able to at least have, no offense, have it muted, but I sat in on you and your mother doing the podcast thing. But I was trying to avoid the spoiler stuff, so I just kind of sat in there for the view. But yeah, hopefully that went well. For me, Margulis was furthest possible choice there. Really? I figured for me it was give. Well, see, my original thing was give her true identity back. But that's where it kind of gets hairy. Because, first off, who am I to say who the true identity is? But yes, does it affect your brain? No, it doesn't affect my brain, but if you would go back and watch the stream I did of the, speaking of Warframe, the new war update, where it was a 5 and a half or maybe 6 hour stream, and I had it on the whole time. I can show you the headset in a second, but just think of something just slowly pushing on your head for in 12 different spots for 5 hours. I definitely had a headache after that one, so that's why I was like, nah, 2 hours would be probably good. And I thought during the week it would probably be a good pace as well, but yeah. I've been trying to keep in title when I do anything game so I don't ruin it. Oh yeah, no, it's all good. Been a month. Yeah, exactly. It's on me type of thing of, missing it, but yeah, and I agree, Hash. It is how you look at it, because it's and I kind of had that realization afterwards. I was like, well, I kind of just made an assumption that she would want to be like that, but yeah, think of it like headphones, but yeah, here's the headset. Things go on my head. So after about 5 hours of it, 5 hours of it pressing on your head, it definitely starts to hurt. Though it is a lot better than my original one I had. It was just one sensor, which is just less data that it can pull from, but it also grounded it by having a clip on your ear. And if anybody remembers those ones, I would usually end the stream by removing it and going. It would be like taking a clothespin off your finger, like all the blood rushing back through. So definitely better, but yeah. You want to play something, but you're too tired? I don't know what to do for you, Angira. It's a game you can play when you're tired. Counting sheep. Any cool Warframe things going on this month or next month? I should say, since April's coming up. We were actually just talking about that. Well, I guess tomorrow, I completely missed it, that I knew it was coming up because they were talking about packs cycling out, but we're going to be getting the next Prime frame, which is Garuda. I almost switched it. Which is like, think of her as like the Blood Queen. Like she basically
We need to destroy the reactor.
harms.
The reactor will have tight security. Watch
She'll
out for
sacrifice
enemy
her health
patrols.
or even the enemy's health to
Okay,
replenish
You're looking for the
to
mainframe. It's critical that
basically
you
do
deliver the
damage. It's
payload
pretty
to that location.
cool way to, you know, a different way to have a resource. 'Cause that's one thing I do like about Warframe is, like, for example, this frame that I'm using right now doesn't use energy for their skills. She uses her shields as, so, and Garuda is similar to that in the sense of she uses her health. So. But also we're getting sometime in April. I don't think we have a date for it yet. The next story update. That's kind of what we were kind of going down the wormhole of talking about with like the new war and all that stuff that happened. But in all honesty, I if I remember correctly, the spot where you're at, you still got a little bit of ways to go.
Target found. Destroy it.
Which is okay. Like I said, it's not a time-sensitive thing.
That's it. Now get out of here.
Guess I can run around a patch things for when I feel better. Ooh, good maintenance type thing. That's a price smart option. It's probably not the most interesting, but your future self will thank you. It's the unsung. You'd be the unsung hero. Groot Prime. I feel like that would be slightly like Atlas. Okay, I'll get there, and it's okay, it won't ruin for me if you guys speak on it. Okay, yeah, well, I appreciate that. And it does seem like that is one thing, even DE, where they used to be clearly up, I would say up until the new war, were like not wanting to spoil certain things about that story, like the story, but at this point it's like it gets tougher and tougher to dance around it. So I think they've finally been like, hey, if you haven't played it, you know, because basically it's spoilers for the War Within, which, when did that come out? That was even before I started playing, that was before Plains of Eidolon. Or wait, no, during. Plains of Eidolon came out same time as War Within, right? It's all a jumble. Warframe, War Within. No, the new war. I was like, December. I was like, 2021? No, wait. When did it? Okay, 11/11/2016. Wow, it seems like it was so much further back. But I guess technically it would also be Nata, or whatever the quest was then.
Operator, were you visualizing a bloody battle?
Me too.
Now we'll do the survival. Really? I guess I just link those two together because I thought War Within revolved around the Eidolon and stuff. Or am I thinking of? I must be thinking of one of the other quests. And no, I'm not thinking of the Revenant one. Maybe I'm thinking of what is it, Gara?
Your job is to distract the enemy while a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for much-needed supplies. Make your presence known.
Then the next update, it basically looks like we're getting another like home instance type thing, like a what we were joking about earlier. Is basically looks like a penthouse. This feels like it's turning into like the level of like GTA 5. All right, come on, jump up there. They reworked the War Within stuff when maybe that's why I'm thinking of that. Felt like there was some.
Fallen enemies will drop crucial
Which they're actually
support. Be on the
also
lookout.
redoing those. Funny enough. Schools. But I will warn my Guild Wars 2 friends about, you know, the streams this week coming up. It will mostly probably focus on the story. I don't know how much of the side, like, exploration or anything like that. Like, we can always do, like, a separate, you know, stream
Get
involving
ready for a
that.
capsule.
Because mostly I would like to get through the story portion. You know, with time, I would even like to do one of the Dragon's End ones with the brainwave thing. Seeing how the community and map chat rots your brain. Not really.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Patching BDO right now so I can get my account ready. New class and zone drop in 2 weeks. Nice. Oh, so they're even doing another zone. Cool. Is there like a theme to
Life
the
support
zone, or?
incoming. Another life support capsule is now available.
I don't know what. Ooh, I like that. I like the concept of the guardian class. It's just the Norn in me, like I wanted a, you know, I would have preferred like a male. Like that's why I hate the gender law. Though, I mean, honestly, with their create a character system or you know, character creator, like you can do a pretty good job either way, it seems like. Oh wow, they're even doing a fully voiced zone. Jeez. Man, they're stepping up. Oh, don't overshoot it. But yeah, I'm excited to get, you know, at least go through the story for Guild 2 so I can start watching some of my friends' content and stuff and kind of participate in the story, you know, conversations. And finally seeing how this sucker ends, right? Well, not ends, but... Cania is the name of the new class. Oh, okay. Took my brain a hot minute. Zip through the junk. Are you planning to dive into Elden Ring world, or do you not care for it? I've never been a Dark Souls type player, so I really never had a huge interest for Elden Ring. Yeah, like for me it's like, while I do like the idea of challenging content, not a huge like entertainment value for me isn't the like, you know, lose out like, you know, hours of your time or anything like that. Like, you know, there's challenging and also punishing. Like, but like I said, to each their own. People do enjoy it. People enjoy watching people lose so much of their time and patience for it. It's just like, not I. No, thank you. So, I think I heard on when you were streaming Phasmophobia yesterday. It sounds like that's the one Ryan's getting into, or is he enjoying it at least? Right now he's in the middle of it, and I hear him getting mad a bit more often from it. That's why it's not my cup of tea. A game that makes people rage so often. I don't know how that's fun. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's at least used to that, because I have heard some people saying like, "Oh, this game, this game's so punishing." I'm like, well, it's a Dark Souls game. Like, kind of the point. But I mean, for some people, that's because there's definitely that nod to it's so stressful, so this, that, and then like you fail. And then when you are able to complete that, and that like dopamine dump that goes into your head of like the reward, like it's a awesome feeling. I mean, but for me, it's like my problem is I would have to be severely engrossed in the world and the lore to probably put up with that. Because otherwise, I'd be like, after a while, I'd be like, there's other games that are wanting my time, like.
Extraction is available if you need it.
Yoink. Pretty overall. Yeah, I've seen gameplay of it. It looks beautiful, and it's like, yeah, that would be like, it seems like an interesting world, but I don't think I'd ever get into it because of the difficulty would keep taking me out of it. Yeah, as long as they're okay, like links, not like they're from like one of the, I don't know, game dev, whatever. But yeah, just use your best judgment. Don't be like linking to Pornhub. Oh yeah, YouTube or something. That's. Now I probably won't click it here because it'll probably play through the thing, just in case. I don't know what's like if it's copywritten music or. Well, I'll have to definitely check that out.
Acts of defiance, acts of generosity, acts of sacrifice. This is how we turn.
Alright, just before I go into that one, I'm gonna give my dog her nighttime chicken strips that we made for her today. So I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes.
Operator, are you enjoying the view?
Okay, I am back. That, like I said, we don't know. Having this right now. A straight rye whiskey, 114 proof. That thing does not drink like a 114 proof. That is dangerous.
Stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Your calculated survival probability is encouraging. Good luck.
Exterminate. I forgot someone back there. Don't worry, I didn't forget you.
I'm detecting a
Yeah, I really
large
wish
security
BDO
force
wasn't
heading
gender
your
locked,
way.
but you know, it's kind of the same thing with like Lost Ark and I understand the reasons why they do it, but it just and I know in the past you've told me like some of them kind of are tied to like a lore reason, but I'm like I would love that what's the one with the like demon dog thing you can summon? The Tamer? I might be thinking of Gilbert's 2's pets, but hey. Oh, is it Tamer? Okay. Like I would love a male version. Like, and it's not like, oh, you only want to play it. Like, I wouldn't even mind if it wasn't like I don't know, I could never design a good looking character that I liked from like the build that it would kind of give you. Unfortunately, all the Eastern MMOs is like, if it's a female, give them like, you know, interesting proportions. Like, I just. Is in a bad spot since the rework. That's why they have. And I've searched through them, and it's just, I just never found one that I have liked. Because like I said, there are a lot more talented people making characters, like... You can't? I don't know. I've seen some... I'll have to relook at mine. Mine looked pretty well off, which, I mean, to each their own, but it seemed like it was disproportionate. Like, kind of like the cliche hourglass figure, but to a cartoonish level. Like it looked like they were wearing an unhealthy corset.
Operator, did you hear that? It said...
Tenno, I need you to get inside enemy data vaults
you
and
guys.
retrieve crucial
Get over here.
intelligence data.
Hey, just
Will
get
you
in my
help us,
way.
Tenno, and our cause?
The Grenier used to be builders, but now all they make is war.
Keep moving. None of the scanners have detected you.
Does this one have underwater spots? Ugh.
Tenno, be on the lookout for increased security measures. The enemy would rather destroy their data than let it get into our hands.
And that's what I remember. And I think last time we talked about this, isn't she technically like a princess or some kind of royalty? Like, you were saying why they're technically lore reason of locked into being a female, like a female. Because I don't fully remember it, but it's just like, I know, and I mean, but that's why they make like other ones that were basically the same, profession, but name it something else so they can. I think I went in a circle. Maybe not. Hey. Always hated this one. Probably because I never got it. Believe me, I'm not defending Jen. Oh no, I didn't say you were. Like I said, I understand why companies will do it because it's easier to, design for and dedicated, outfits, and especially for a game like that, and it's definitely not a deal breaker. Like I said, I played BDO, and I played Lost Ark. Like I said, the biggest thing that's kind of stopped me for Lost Ark was kind of the server structures and all that stuff, but also it just felt like you could get skill locked, whereas I feel like with Diablo 3, you know, you really don't have those issues, and even with PoE, I've never really had those kind of issues. But, you know, there is a level of polish that I would say, you know, with Diablo's games that just other games don't really live up to, which, you know. But like we were saying earlier, they've got their own problems happening inside and outside of games. Yeah, I really wish they would have went with a centralized server type thing. Especially because all the names are locked. Like,
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
oh man, really? Dun, 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 dun. I'll have to read that here in a second. One moment.
Data extracted.
Depends on the class you play in terms of skill lock. There's actually more polish than Diablo. They went a different route. They went more BDO fighting game, where there are iframes and super armors and stuff like that, which is why there are some animation locks that's you from being pushed off the map or CC'd, for example. Oh, I can't remember what class I picked. Oh, I think I was going Paladin or something. And yeah, it seemed like sometimes when I hit a certain skill, if I was already like, I'm saying animation lock, like if I was walking and I hit a skill to like react to an enemy. Like sometimes it felt like you could only walk or kill, like it just didn't seem as mobile. And it wasn't all the time. It just felt like it was just enough times where you would actually forget about it, and then it happened, and it's like just that little bit of annoying.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data. Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone. We have everything we came for. Get to extraction.
Acts of defiance, acts of generosity, acts of sacrifice. This is how we turn this system around. I'll take you there, dreamers. I'll bring you back.
Operator, were you visualizing a bloody battle?
Me too.